Today, Georgia election officials speaking out after the president refuses to back down on his claims of massive voter fraud. This as tonight's deadline looms in the Trump-requested recount. Our Rebecca Schramm joining us now live with an update on where that recount stands. And Rebecca, you're also learning the Secretary of State's leveling a new accusation against one of those third-party groups he's been talking about.
Yeah, you know, Karen, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is really riding a fine line here. He's trying to prove to the country that there was no widespread voter fraud here in the state of Georgia. But at the same time, he wants people to know that he is going after advocacy groups that break the rules. He said one group sent something questionable right to his mailbox.
Here's something that came to our house yesterday. We got 3 of them, all from the same organization. And it's to my son, Brenton J. Raffensperger, who passed away 2 years ago.
The postcards encouraging his son to vote in the January 5th U.S. Senate runoff were from the New Georgia Project, which claims it's getting its voter info from Georgia's voter rolls. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says this disproves that claim.
He's not on our voter files here in Georgia. We checked.
Third-party groups have every right to register people. They don't have a right to encourage people to break the law, to confuse and frighten people by sending things to their dead relatives, and then it undermines the overall confidence in the system the same way the President's Trump comments are.
Voting system manager Gabriel Sterling says the president's tweet late last night, still claiming Georgia had a rigged election and massive voter fraud, shows he's not interested in taking the advice of the Secretary of State's office to tone down the rhetoric.
This is exactly the kind of language that is at the base of a growing threat environment for election workers who are simply doing their jobs.
And we're working to get a response from New Georgia Project on those postcards to Raffensperger's dead son. As for that recount requested by President Trump, the deadline is midnight tonight, and the Secretary of State's office says they do expect that all of the counties will be done on time. The Secretary of State's office will begin releasing the results of the recount starting at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Live at the state capitol, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
All right, Rebecca, and they were after Fulton County again in that press conference today, but they said they'll be ready. So thank you so much.